Okay, children, there is a small link for you to attempt your class test based on active and passive voice. It is very simple. So before 10:10, you must submit the link.
Ma'am, can you send the link again?
Yeah, of course. Got it? Nasrin, have you got it? I hope so. Karthik Vinod is just connecting. Karthik Vinod, now I am just giving a link here to your chat box. Open the link and attempt the class test. Before 10:10, you must submit.
Ma'am, I did not get the link.
Who? Nasrin.
Ma'am, I has net issue.
I have.
I have.
Okay. You have net issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Try anyway. Try to submit the paper before 10:10. If it is not possible, I know. Afrin Shamir, don't worry. Your mother has already said that you are facing difficulty because as your microphone has some problem. Don't worry. Okay. Children, you write your name, you write your class and division very clearly. Only after writing this only you need to submit. Those who joined late, please open the link and submit your answer script before 10:10. Akash, I have put a link in the, or I have given a posted a link in the chat box. Open the link.
Thank you, ma'am.
One by one is joining for the class. Wasim, open the link and attempt the test paper. Emmanuel, baby. See, after 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, Alvin. No, the score is very poor. Nakul, excellent score. 10 on 10. Wonderful. Congratulations. Jonal Joseph and Alvin Anish, you please prepare before the examination. These are the pattern of questions that you can expect for your examination. See, if you don't study anything, you won't be able to score good marks for English grammar. Remember, this time grammar is a separate examination. It is not a part of literature. So you cannot even escape from grammar. I've got it from Nagul, Alvin, Janal Joseph, Noor Al Haya, Efrin Shamir. I request everybody to submit fast. The time is 10:09. Bahaja, prepare before examination. You have 3 boxes with you. If you are thorough with the 3 boxes, you can score better marks. Bahaja, I'm not happy with your score. Janal Joseph also. Alvin Anish also. You need more preparation. Suraja, excellent. 10 on 10. Wonderful. Very good.
Ma'am, I am surprised by my results.
Why?
There is a question like that, ma'am. I was so worried before exam.
Oh, don't worry. So 2 10 on 10 here. Nakul and Suraja only score 10 on 10. Albin Sibi, you need more drilling. Try to get maximum number of sentences and work on with it. Nihan Salim, Sneha, Parvati C. Kumar, Muhammad Hishan. Oh, only one question went wrong. Amrita C. Kumar and Muhammad Hishan. Only one question went wrong. Ashwin P. Sunil, prepare well. Effins, prepare well. Gopika Shankar, congratulations, 10 on 10. Rinon also good score. Gopika C. Kumar, congratulations, 10 on 10. If you prepare well, you can score 10 on 10 so easily. So your exam is out of 20. You can expect 20 questions from grammar, active and passive voice, and transformation of sentences based on that. Have you all submitted? Have you all submitted? Emmanuel? Okay, so I don't have much and enough time to spend for this examination. If it is not submitted, you please do it after the class. Okay, so children, listen. Now we are starting with the interrogative sentences in English grammar. How to change an interrogative sentence from active voice to passive voice. Okay, so listen carefully. Now you are all familiar with the term interrogative. What do you mean by interrogative sentence?
Question.
Yes, it is in the form of asking a question, right? If I want to collect some info, or if I want to gather some information about you guys, I can use WH words to collect or to gather information about you, right? So WH questions, or which a question which is starting with WH words in English, okay? And remember, the punctuation mark is question mark at the end of a question, okay? And there is another type of question is called yes or no question, where you are expecting an answer either yes or no from me, isn't it? Isn't it? So we have 2 types of question, yes or no question and WH question. WH questions are starting with WH words like what, where, when, how, and all such examples, right? At the same time, auxiliary, if your question is starting with an auxiliary verbs like do forms, have forms, be forms and all, or modal auxiliaries and all, see, you will be getting an answer either yes or no from the listener. So we have 2 types of questions. So now our intention, how to change an interrogative sentence from active voice to passive voice. Okay, remember children, if your active voice sentence is a question, when you change this active voice sentence into passive voice, the passive voice sentence also ending with a question mark. So if it is an interrogative question, you remember to put a question mark at the end of a passive voice sentence also. Punctuation marks are very important. So remember, active voice sentence is a question. After transforming this active voice sentence into passive voice, use the punctuation mark, which is called a question mark at the end. Clear? Am I clear?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
as you all know, if it is a question, it has a tense form, isn't it? What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me the tense of this particular sentence.
Present continuous.
Yes, because are doing. The verb is are doing. So here you know the tense, it has a tense form. So when you convert such a verb or such a finite verb, such an active voice sentence into passive voice, you must be very aware to change as per the three boxes, present tense three boxes. Okay, present tense three boxes. If your sentence is in present continuous form, it is a must that you should use being in it. Okay, if your question is a present perfect sentence like have you heard the news? Okay, have you heard the news? The question is given in present perfect because have heard is the finite verb used here, right? So this question is actually in active voice. When you convert this active voice sentence into passive voice, remember present perfect box where you need to use been in it. Okay, the same changes will come in the passive voice sentence even if it is a question also. There is no strict rule to be followed. Remember, we don't have a particular rule to follow when you convert an active voice into passive voice if it is an interrogative sentence. Up to this point, is it clear for you? So point number one that you always remember, if your interrogative sentence, if it is given in active voice, when you transform this active voice interrogative sentence into passive voice, this passive voice sentence is also ending with a question mark. Okay, that is point number one. See, remember, I have told you there are two types of question, yes or no questions and WH questions, right? So if your question is starting with a yes or no question, that is, if it is starting with an auxiliary verb, if your sentence is starting with do forms, especially, right? Do, does, or did are the do forms used in English. Okay, when you change the sentence, interrogative sentence, into passive voice, you cannot use the question word or you cannot use this auxiliary verb do, does, and did in passive. See, children, it is not possible for us to use the do forms in passive voice. Okay, so if your sentence is starting do, does, and did, what can be used in passive? Can you guess and tell me? See, I have told you, you cannot begin your question with do, does, and did in passive voice.
Done.
If your active voice question is starting with the do
Done.
form, the same do forms cannot be used in passive voice. If you can't use do forms in passive voice, what can you use it there?
Done.
No?
Does.
Louder?
Does.
No, which cannot be used. Do forms cannot be used to begin a passive voice sentence. You cannot use do, does, and did in a passive voice sentence. So instead of do, does, and did, what can you use it there? Can you guess? Speak up.
Matthew.
If your answer is wrong also, I don't mind. I want responses from you.
Matthews.
See, children, remember, if your active voice sentence is starting with the do, does, and did, when you transform this do, does, and did question into passive voice, instead of do, does, and did, you can use be forms in English grammar. Remember, you can use be forms according to the subject, according to the tenses. Okay, if your sentence is starting with the did you, okay, did, how to change the sentence into passive voice? Did cannot be used in passive, so instead of did, now you know that did you hear the news? Okay, did you hear the news? So did hear is the tense and it is in simple past tense, right? It is in simple past tense, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So when you change this sentence into passive voice, you please avoid to the do forms in passive, and you can use suitable be forms there. The be forms are am, is, are, was, were. If your sentence is in present tense, you can use is, am, are there to begin your passive voice sentence. At the same time, if your sentence is in past tense, you can use was or were. Remember, if the subject is singular, use singular verb. If the subject is plural, use plural verb there. I'll show you examples. Okay, so this is your second point to remember. There are a few points that you should remind all the time when you transform, or before you transform one sentence from active voice to passive voice. First point is use of punctuation mark. Remember, always use punctuation mark, which is called a question mark, at the end of an interrogative passive sentence. Clear? Second one, if your active voice is starting with do, doesn't, did, you cannot use do, doesn't, did in passive. Instead of do, doesn't, did, according to the subject, according to the tenses, you can use be forms there. Am, is, are, was, were are called the be forms in English grammar. Clear? Is that point clear for you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if your sentence of active voice is beginning with have, has, had. Remember, if your active voice sentence, interrogative sentence is beginning with the have, has, had, you can use the same have, has, had according to the subject in passive voice. If the subject is singular, you can use has. Okay, if the sentence is present tense. If the subject is plural in present tense, then you can use have there to begin your question. If it is past tense, you can use same had to begin your sentence, because for singular and plural, only had we are using there, right? So there is no change. You can use have forms, have, has, and had forms in the same way to begin your passive voice sentence. But remember, according to the subject. If the subject is singular, use singular verb. If the subject is plural, use plural verb. Clear? Point number 3 is clear for you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Once again, point 1, you should use question mark in the passive voice if your active voice is an interrogative sentence. Point number 2, if your active voice is starting or beginning with do forms like do, doesn't, did, you cannot use do, doesn't, did in passive. Instead of passive do, doesn't, did, you must use be forms there to begin your question. Okay, please try to avoid using do, doesn't, did in passive. Third point, I said, if your active voice interrogative sentence is starting with have forms like have, has, had, according to the subject. If the subject is singular in present tense, use has. If the subject is plural in present tense, use have. In past tense, you can begin or you can start using had only. You can begin your sentence in past tense. If it is past perfect, you can begin your sentence starting with the had. Okay, there is no change. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, again, another point. Remember, are you thorough? Are you familiar with the modal auxiliaries?
Yes, ma'am.
Will, shall, can, may, would, could, all these are called modal auxiliaries in English grammar. Clear? So if your question in active voice interrogative is starting with a modal auxiliary verb, use the same modal auxiliary to begin your passive voice sentence. If your active voice interrogative is starting with can, you can begin your passive voice starting with can. Clear? There is no change. You can use the same one. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And another point here, you should be a little more conscious. See, I have told you, if your active voice interrogative sentence is starting with the WH questions, except who and whom. Two exceptional case, WH words, two exceptional case, who and whom. Okay, if except who and whom, the rest of the WH words can be used to begin your passive voice sentence. There is no change. You don't want to change it except who and whom. Okay, who and whom are the WH words used in English. But we cannot begin who and whom to begin our passive voice sentence if it is used in active voice. There is another change. Okay, so except who and whom, the rest of the WH words can be used as same to begin your passive voice interrogative sentence. But if your sentence in active voice is starting with who, how can you transform, how can you change this who into passive? You cannot use who. If the question interrogative active is starting with who, you cannot use the same who there in passive voice. So instead of who, what can you use there? No idea, right?
Anyone?
Yes. So see children, remember who
Whom?
is
Whom?
changed into by whom. If your active voice interrogative sentence is starting with who, when you convert this active voice interrogative sentence into passive voice, this who is changed into by whom. Clear? Am I clear? Who is changed into by whom? If your active voice interrogative is starting with whom, you should begin your passive voice sentence with who. Clear? So who is changed into by whom and whom into who. This is the only change with the WH words. Rest of the WH words except who and whom are same. You can begin your question with the same WH words except who and whom. If your sentence or interrogative sentence is beginning with who, use by whom in passive voice when you convert. At the same time, if your active voice sentence interrogative is starting with whom, you can use who in passive voice. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Smoke is coming out of your head, ears, hair? No. So I'll introduce a few examples and this will be clear for you guys. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the major points that you should remember when you convert an interrogative active voice sentence into passive voice. Let me rewind once again, a recap. Point number 1, active voice, if it is an interrogative sentence, the question mark should be used in the passive. That means it should be a question in passive. We cannot write in the form of a statement. That is also a question there in passive voice. That is point number 1. Use of punctuation mark, especially the question mark in the passive voice. Clear? Point number 2, I said, if your interrogative active voice is starting with do, doesn't, did, we cannot use do, doesn't, did in passive. Instead of do, doesn't, did in passive, you must use be forms. Am, is, are, was, were, according to the tenses, according to the subject. Clear?
Yes.
If it is a have form, you can begin using the same have form in passive voice, but of one condition. Think about the subject. If the subject is singular, use singular in present. If the subject is plural, use plural in present. Has can be with a singular subject, have must be used with the plural subject. Clear? If it is a past tense, you can use had with the singular and plural subject. Clear? That is point number 3. Point number 4, I said, if your sentence is starting with a modal auxiliary like will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, and all, you can use the same modal auxiliary verb to begin your passive voice sentence. There is no change. Clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the last point I said, WH words in active voice can be used. The same WH words can be used to begin your passive voice except who and whom. Okay, if your active voice sentence is starting with who, when you convert or when you transform the sentence into passive voice, you must change this who into by whom and whom into who. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
These are the major points that you should remember before you're converting one interrogative sentence from active voice to passive voice. Am I clear for you guys? The points are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we are moving, or we are just going to the to the exercises. Okay. See, this one is not for you guys. This is only for 8th standard. Okay, passive voice infinitive. If it is there in your note, you can write it and you can go through it. But still, this is not for your syllabus. This is for 8th standard syllabus. Next year, anyway, you need to learn this. Okay? And see, I have discussed all these points to you. Who is changed into by whom in passive and whom into who in passive. You cannot begin your sentence with who in passive and whom in passive. Instead of that, begin your passive with by whom for who and who for whom. Clear? I'll show you some exercises here. I'm not using, I'm just rubbing it. I'm not using it now. See, I'm going to write this question here once again. Did she recognize you? It is a question. So this question mark shows that the sentence is an interrogative active voice. Okay. Why it is active voice? It has a tense form. Okay. Tell me the verb of this particular sentence.
Did recognize.
Excellent. Did recognize is the verb. And identify the tense form. Did recognize. Which tense form?
Recognize.
Did plus recognize. Tell me the tense form.
Simple past.
Yes, the sentence is in simple past. Okay, simple past. The sentence is in simple past tense. Okay, we got the verb. It is a finite verb because it shows the tense form. Okay, tell me the subject of the sentence.
She.
Excellent. She is the subject here. Tell me the object of the sentence.
You.
You.
You is the object of the sentence. Okay, so we have got the subject, we have got the object and got the finite verb. Now, we are going to change the sentence from active voice to passive voice. Okay, how can I change? As I have told you, my dear little ones, see the sentence is starting with the question word did. Okay, I cannot use did in my passive voice sentence. Instead of did, I have to use be form. There is a pattern for or there is a structure for setting a question, that is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb and a question mark. This is the pattern to set or to frame a question. This is the only way to set a question. And see here in this question, the WH word or the question word is absent. So if you want to change the sentence into a question, remember you must use an auxiliary verb first. Okay, and I have told you guys, you cannot use did in passive. If you can't use did in passive, which forms can you use?
Be form.
Okay, and you know the tense of this particular sentence is simple past. So which be form can be used here?
Where?
Why where?
Because the subject is
Because the subject is?
because of in front of you, you should use where.
Yes, of course. You know, according to the rule, subject of active voice goes into the place of object and object becomes subject. Right? Correct? Am I correct?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
here, you should begin your sentence with the subject you. So before you, I can use only where. Okay? As the sentence is in simple past tense, was or where can be used here. Okay? Instead of did. But this sentence, you know, you is the subject, so that I cannot use was before you. I can use only where before you. Okay, so I have got where you. Okay, continue. Where you,
Recognize.
past participle form of the verb must be used. Recognized
Recognized
By
Ah.
her.
by
Her.
her. Wonderful. Okay, and which punctuation mark?
Question mark.
Question mark.
Hashir Salim,
Question
are you
mark.
playing in mobile phone? Hashir?
Oh, ma'am.
You're not listening. You're not paying attention over here. You're sitting in a sofa and actually you were using a phone in your hand.
Oh, ma'am, I am using Bluetooth mouse only.
Were you recognized by her? Okay, is the question. So, did she recognize you becomes were you recognized by her? This one is a question and this two also a question. This is an active voice because it shows the tense form. This is in passive voice because it has a be form plus past participle form of the verb. And subject becomes object and object becomes subject here. Am I clear? And the pattern of setting a question is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. So here the question word is absent. So I can begin with an auxiliary verb. So this can be a question. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear, kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now look at the second question, children. Now you look at the second question. Who wrote this book? Okay, who wrote this book? Let me write the same question over here. Who wrote this book? It is an interrogative sentence ending with a question mark. Okay, you got, and you want to find whether it is given in active voice or passive voice. So look at the verb written here. What is the verb used in the sentence?
Wrote.
Wrote is the verb. Okay, subject is already you, and what is the object of the sentence?
This
This book is the object of the sentence. Okay, now I have told you, if your sentence is starting with the WH word, you can use the same WH word to begin your question, except who and whom. Okay, so this question is actually starting with a word called who. Okay, so I cannot begin my passive voice sentence with who. So instead of who, it should be changed into,
by whom?
By
yeah,
By
you should
whom?
begin your sentence with by whom.
By whom?
Okay, by whom. Then question word, we have got the question word. But pattern of question is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb question mark. This is the pattern of question. So now we have got by whom the question word. It should be followed by a proper auxiliary verb. Tell me the auxiliary verb which I can use in here. What is the tense of the sentence?
Simple past.
Okay, this sentence is an example for simple past. So which be form I can use it here?
Was.
Was. As this book is singular, I can use the auxiliary verb was. Okay. By whom was
This book
this book?
written.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. This book written. Only if you are giving me the answer. And what punctuation mark I should use here?
Question mark.
Question mark. Getting it? So see, question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Okay. So by whom was this book written? Be form plus past participle form. Object becomes the subject. See, everything is fine over here. So this is in passive voice. So who is changed into by whom? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Another one. Let us see another example here. I'm going to write a sentence in past perfect. Okay? Sentences. Have you heard the news? Okay? Have you heard the news? This is a question. Is the sentence in active voice or passive voice, children?
Active voice.
Why this is an active voice? Can you identify the verb of the sentence?
Heard.
Only heard?
have heard.
Have heard. Auxiliary verb plus main verb. Have heard. Tell me the tense of the sentence.
Present
Have heard shows that the sentence is in present
Present.
perfect. So you got the tense form. You have got the verb. Tell me the subject of the sentence.
You.
You is the subject of the sentence. Object of the sentence.
The news.
The news is the object of the sentence. You got the subject, object, verb and the tense form. And you said this, it has a tense form. So the sentence is in active voice. How can you change the sentence into passive voice? Renan, listen carefully. How to change the sentence into passive voice, interrogative passive voice, children? You tell me. I have told you, you can use the same have form to begin your sentence. But remember, if the subject is singular, if the sentence is in present tense, you can use singular verb. If the subject is plural, you can use plural verb. So tell me the subject of your passive voice. Nobody is answering.
Has the
Tell me the subject of your passive voice.
new
The news
You.
becomes the subject, right? The news becomes the subject. So, okay, the news. So, which is it singular or plural subject?
singular?
It is
Singular.
singular. It is singular. The subject is singular here. So, I should use a proper singular verb to begin my sentence. So, how can you begin the sentence?
The new has
Has. Has. Louder. Louder, louder.
has been
Has the news. The sentence is in present perfect.
Have the
See,
news
children?
been
That is what the sentence is in present perfect. All of you take the box of present tense and present perfect column. We have used been there, isn't it? So, has the news
been heard
been heard?
by you?
by you?
And what punctuation mark?
Question mark.
Question.
Got it. So we started with an auxiliary verb, and it has, see, we have used be form plus past participle form. Object becomes subject and subject goes into the place of object, and we have got the passive voice form of this. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Somewhat clear, right? Not fully, but somewhat clear. Do you have any difficulty in interrogative?
No,
No, ma'am.
So once you get the trick, interrogative questions of active voice are always tricky. Okay, always tricky. So if you are thorough with the three tables, you can write or you can change any number of sentences from active voice to passive voice. Only one condition, you should be thorough with the 3 boxes and the 12 tense forms. Okay, the first step is to identify the verb and to identify the tense form. Once it is clear, no, you have already the pattern of setting a passive voice with you. You can use the same box to convert an active voice sentence from active voice sentence into passive voice. If you have anything to ask me, you can use the rest of the time for asking. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we'll wind up the session. This is the end. No, so it is clear, right? So we are concluding here. If you have anything to ask me, you can ask me now. Nothing. Okay. See, children. So anyway, we are going to end the meeting now. See, children, we have exams are very close. 17th onwards, you are going to write your MCQ3 examination. The topics I have already given: transformation of sentences and active voice and passive voice. By today, I have completed the entire portion for your MCQ3, and I will be posting the worksheet for practicing today, active and passive voice worksheet today evening, and tomorrow I'll be sending the answer key in the evening also. So today itself, you take all the, take down all the worksheet questions in a paper and try to find out answers, and I'll be sending you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Okay. So thank you, children. Thank you so much for attending the class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm ending the meeting, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So prepare well for the exam, okay? All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Next day revision, okay? We are going to revise transformation and active and passive voice. Okay. So please ready for another revision test based on active and passive voice. Okay? See you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.